Hi everyone, welcome back to the PWG channel. So today I've actually been challenged with something really exciting. I have been challenged to spend only $1,000 in Toronto. That includes rent, utilities, groceries, transport, you name it. And I want to see if I can accomplish this challenge because we know living in a big city like Toronto can get expensive very quickly. But today I have some tips and tricks to help maximize savings and reduce your costs on a monthly budget. This is living in Toronto under $1,000. So let's start with rent because that is probably what's going to take the biggest portion of your monthly budget. Rent in Toronto is very expensive, especially if you live downtown. Did you know that 47% of individuals within the age of 20 to 30 still live with their parents while studying or working just to eliminate the cost of rent? So living with your family is a very common practice in Canada, especially in Toronto. So as a newcomer, if you have friends or family in Toronto, it would be beneficial to live with them and save on rent until you are financially secure. But I know that that's not an option for a lot of people here. So finding affordable housing is the next step. A quick tip is to find older buildings in Toronto because they have rent control. Rent control basically means that landlords cannot increase the price of rent at any occasion. Actually, with COVID, the government of Ontario have chosen to freeze the rent in 2020 so that prices won't increase in 2021. So that is a very good news for newcomers who are coming in 2020 and 2021. So for our budget, renting in downtown Toronto will not be possible because average one bedrooms go for $2,000, maybe even more. So we're gonna have to look at more of the suburbs across the GTA, which is the Greater Toronto Area. A lot of newcomers, when they first come here, like to find places in Scarborough, Mississauga, Etobicoke, and even Brampton. And these are more on the outskirts of the general Toronto area. It's good to note that the further you are from the city center, the cheaper the rent will be. With $500 to $600, you can find a sublet in a shared space, which basically is a room in a house or a basement apartment, and you can share the living spaces. These are excellent for individuals who are coming and want to cut cost on rent because there are plenty available. There are many websites, blogs, and Facebook groups for renters like these. Some examples are Pad Mappers, Bun's Home Zone on Facebook, as well as Kijiji, which is a cult favorite to finding really cheap spaces for a limited time period. Here's a quick walk through Kijiji. You can simply filter your pricing. I put $500 to $600 a month, so Kijiji will only show you listings under that budget. Over here we have one that is $550 a month, and as you can see is close to grocery stores, bus stops, as well as utilities and Wi-Fi are included. So this is a fantastic option. I think sublet is the best option in general for newcomers coming to Toronto because it is very flexible. Typically you can negotiate prices with landlords, less documents are required, and usually it comes furnished. On top of that, there are always additional perks like free Wi-Fi or free cable that comes with the place. So it's definitely a good option for those who are looking to start finding a place and are looking for a short period of time. Okay, now that we're done with rent, let's talk utilities. Utilities in Toronto usually include hydro, electricity, and gas. And like I said before, a lot of the sublet options have utilities included, and make sure to find those that have utilities included. But if you can't, utilities in a small bedroom like that usually come up to around $50. So that's another $50 of your budget gone to utilities. Home Wi-Fi also usually starts at around $40 a month. But like I said, in sublets, they are usually free and included. So these are definitely perks you should look out for when you're finding the right place to live because it will make a huge of a difference. Okay, next we have phone plans. Okay, phone plans in Canada is definitely an expense you cannot escape. I know when I first came here, it was definitely a very big price to pay. Phone plans here start at $45 a month. And there are plans out there with Rogers, Freedom, where they give promotional benefits on a month-to-month basis or on a yearly basis where you can find good deals, but that is definitely something you're going to have to mark off as a monthly fixed cost. So keep that in mind. The next most important expense to consider is transportation. And of course, this differs depending on where you live in the city and where you have to go. The city has transit systems throughout the general Toronto area, which includes the subways, the GO buses, and the streetcars. I would say it is very important to invest in a Presto card, which looks like this. And basically it has access to all the major transits, such as the TTC, the GO buses, and the GO trains. All right, now that we have rent, utilities, and transport out of the way, now we are left with $300 for personal expenses. And I feel like for personal expenses, it's very easy to be flexible because it really depends on how luxurious you want your lifestyle to be or how simple. So within personal expenses, I want to start with groceries because I know that is a very important part of everyone's lifestyle. Most people on low budgets can spend around $40 to $50 a week on groceries, which tallies up to $150 to $200 a month. However, if you want to cut costs even more, you can stock up on instant noodles and box dinners so you can spend money on the essentials like milk, bread, butter, etc.
Buying meat in Toronto can be expensive, but you can get it for much cheaper in Chinatown. Many groceries also provide delivery options, so this really reduces your transportation costs. For your reference, I have created a list of discount supermarkets, supermarkets with delivery, as well as my favorite supermarkets in Chinatown. Also note that Costco is a fantastic place to shop if you want bulk items for wholesale price.
Next, we have personal care items or miscellaneous items. These would include things like toiletries, household items, and anything you would need on a day-to-day basis for the month. I would say for a lot of these things, people go to supermarkets and drugstores to buy products for themselves. However, a great tip is to look at your local dollar store. A big dollar store here in Toronto is called Dollarama, and all of their goods there are priced from $1 to $4. Dollarama is honestly a gem for those who are looking to save money because you will find the same things you will see in a drugstore or supermarket for almost 50% off. So definitely look at your local dollar store before you go and purchase it in a supermarket because I promise you, it will be cutting your costs so much on a monthly basis. So our last expense in this budget is entertainment. And after tallying up all that we have spent this month, we are now left with $100 for entertainment, which is honestly pretty amazing and pretty decent actually, considering usually $1,000 will only cover rent. However, we were very strict with this challenge and now we have $100 to spend. Luckily, a lot of people can save this $100 for the next month or use it for the other categories of their monthly expenses. However, there are things that you can spend it on, such as gym memberships that go as low as $10, or you can go watch a movie for $7 on Tuesdays and eat out because there are a lot of restaurants to choose from. An average of eating outside at a decent restaurant is around $15 to $20, so you can go enjoy with friends or loved ones. Regardless of all of that, there are many free things that you can do in Toronto as well, such as going biking, going to the park, going to the local museum or art galleries. So there is an abundance of things to do regardless. So make sure you take the time to still enjoy your life, even if it is on a low budget. So there you have it. We managed to squeeze all of our monthly expenses within $1,000 this month. That's a huge hurrah for all of us.
So let's do a quick recap of what we spent in Toronto this month. For rent, we spent $550 with utilities and Wi-Fi included. Our phone plan was $45, our transport was $100, our groceries rounded up to $165. We spent $40 on personal care and another $100 on entertainment. And that all together rounded up to $1,000 on the dot this month. We did it!
Luckily, here at PWG, it is our job to help you and make things easier for you. So we will be here by your side throughout the process. Even after coming to Canada, we're here to help you find housing as well as further job search so you can feel secure when you're in Canada. However, you do not have to worry about such a strict budget because minimum wage in Canada still allows one to have a minimum of $2,000 coming in every month. So this budget that I've created is just for those who want to save extra money and live on a very low budget. So let us know in the comments below what you thought of our budget breakdown and if you like the challenge and what you would do if you were given $1,000 to live in Toronto. You can also like and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. See you next time!